What happens when a peaceful game of Catan rolls a lot of 7s, and everyone is being blocked and robbed? It's an all-out battle, and whoever is skilled enough to talk their way out of trouble is likely to win the whole game.
Warning, warning, incoming robber. Warning, warning.
Meet the Robber, one of the most criminally underrated mechanics in all of Catan. It's often dismissed as an annoyance, but once you learn the ways of the Robber, you might have to practice your supervillain laugh. Here are 10 amazing ways to use and defend against the Robber. This video is full of surprises, so keep your eye on the timeline so you don't miss what's coming next. Number 1. First Blood. The early game is the easiest time to keep track of what resources other players have. After you know what resource you want, place the Robber on your opponent's second settlement with that matching resource. With only 3 cards in your opponent's hand, there's a good chance you'll steal what you're looking for. But early game is also an easy time to make enemies. Getting blocked and robbed in the early game can really suck, and if you do that to someone, you might be burning some bridges. Instead, choose to block as many players as possible, and then roll a dice to decide who to steal from, so it doesn't feel like you're targeting anyone particular. Here's a clip from a Catan National Championship game showing you how it's done.
8 is a very valid spot. Block that.
Oh, I can't do my normal thing, can I?
What's your normal thing?
I use a die to decide when I can't decide.
I think
Is that okay? Does anybody mind?
Go for it.
Okay.
This is a classic tournament technique. Choosing even or odd, deciding who to steal from,
So out of
which
your hand?
I would never do, but many people
your
do.
left.
It's a great way to not make enemies. If you just tell someone, hey, I'm going to let the dice decide, they can't really get that mad at you.
Number 2. Take my wallet. Sometimes you don't really want to get blocked and robbed, and it might be worth bribing the Robber to not rob you by offering to trade them the card they are looking for. This exchange means that you'll have the same number of cards, you're not blocked, and your opponents are blocked. Bonus tip. Players often move the Robber to where it will do the most harm to opponents, and thus, the 6s and 8s are frequent targets and may not produce as much as their high probability suggests. Players who crowd around these hexes can find themselves unable to maintain consistent production because of constantly being blocked and robbed. Here's a clip from a Catan World Championship where a player monopolizes an 8 ore and then gets gang robbed.
Yep.
And the Robber is back to his favorite spot in this game.
Number 3. Monopoly Junior. You can monopolize a particular resource that you produce by blocking the production of it from other players who produce it, thereby increasing the scarcity and value of that resource so that you can trade with it more favorably. Speaking of Monopoly, I am in a subscriber battle against the official Monopoly channel. Why? Because when people think of family game nights, the first game I want them to think of is Catan, instead of Monopoly. So I ask you, will you like and subscribe so we can bring Catan to more family game nights? Number 4. Sold out. If you sense someone is trying to steal from you, clearly ask them, what are you looking for? Whatever the answer, just say that you don't have it and give a clear example of why, even if it's a lie. You can say something like, I don't have wheat, I spent it on this development card. Even though you bought that development card ages ago, at least it looks like a reasonable lie. Number 5. Price alerts. When you know you need a particular resource for whatever your next move is, especially a resource that is hard for you to get, keep track of who is getting those resources so that when you roll a 7, you'll be more confident in who you steal from. Bonus tip. As a rule of thumb, in the early and mid game, you should place the Robber on the player to your right because it will take 3 more dice rolls before they can attempt to knight it, and this will really hurt their production. Number 6. Go fish. If you sense someone's trying to steal from you, keep an eye out for what resources they already have in abundance. Clearly point out that you have a lot of the same resources and that they should shop elsewhere. Number 7. Cry about it. One of the most effective ways to win in Catan is to constantly remind the table that you're losing. Keep track of how many times you have been blocked and robbed, and remind the players anytime they're considering blocking you that you're always being blocked and robbed. You can even fudge the numbers a little bit because they're not keeping track of how many times you've actually been robbed. Bonus tip. Getting a game night at Catan can be pretty tough. It's hard to get everyone on the same schedule to come over and play board games. But luckily, you can still play Catan online, and I would recommend colonist.io. Colonist makes playing Catan online super easy and accessible, and I've recommended it to a bunch of friends and they are loving it, and I bet you'll like it too. In addition to a quick match finder, Colonist has a Discord channel where you can find people to play with any day, anytime. You can find me on there too, so that if we play a game together, I can use all these robber tricks on you. Number 8. Brick, wheat, ore. If you are uncertain about what resources to block when you roll a 7, you can keep it simple by just noting what stage of the game you are in. If it's early game, brick is usually a good choice, because it's already scarce with 3 tiles, and if you block one, it'll really slow down a lot of players. In the early to mid game, you'll want to focus on wheat, as that is when people start buying settlements and development cards. In the mid to late game, you'll want to block ore, as people will be starting to upgrade to cities and spam development cards. Number 9. Guards! Guards! There's a robber here! It's always a good idea to keep a knight handy as a way to deter people from blocking you. If someone threatens to steal from you, let them know kindly but sternly that you'll be sending that robber right back to them if they decide to block you. And you don't even need a knight to say this, just a face down dev card. Bonus tip. Make sure to read the comments, because I'm sure a lot of people have ideas on how to effectively use, defend against, and think about the overall utility of the robber and knight. And do you know who is the greatest robber of all? The Monopoly man, who not only owns your house, but owns the idea of what game should be played on your dining table.